Hawks family, we are excited to be playing the Boston Celtics today. I feel great about the game tonight. I just have an air of confidence and an air of faith and belief that we're going to um, dominate tonight, dominate and play our game. So before I start, I want to quote the incomparable James Baldwin. You know, not everything that is faced can be changed, but nothing can be changed until it is faced. And that's the challenge that we're met with against Boston. We have to meet their force and their energy with additional force and energy um, tonight. So, one of the keys is attacking the rim. We have to attack the rim relentlessly, like 60, 70 points in the paint. We got to shoot from the corners, attack the rim, drive and kick, but corner threes are going to be huge. So the Bay, shooting Hunter from the corners. Not a lot of long threes, not a lot of threes from the top of the key because those are long rebounds. So, you don't want to do what we did in game one, putting them in transition. You kind of want to limit that and take, um, you know, co- concerted, precise shots. In the first half. So you want to attack the rim. You want to shoot from the corners. You want to play Big O and Akonwu. You want to play Big O and JJ a lot of minutes. Akonwu, his ability to switch on defense, his ability to be active and anchor a defense, Gerald, anchor a defense without having to be 2 feet away from the rim is really important. You can utilize him and Murray or him and Hunter in traps. That's another key. You want to trap the ball. You want to disrupt their offensive flow by um, doing whatever you can to impact their ball movement and their fluidity and creativity on offense. So you want to trap the ball, you want to compress it, you want to do whatever you can to disrupt their momentum and their flow. Um, like I said, you want to play Murray more, you want to play Bay more, you want to play JJ more, but he got to be attacking the rim. They were sagging off of him and allowing him to shoot, and he's not a great shooter. But if he's going to the basket, getting their bigs in foul trouble, then that really limits their ability to switch, their ability to be aggressive on defense, to gang rebound and go down the floor and attack for layups and penetrate the ball. Our assist has to be up. We got to pass the ball more. Our passes per possession have to go up. Our assists have to go up. That means making shots, but that also means running actions, running secondary actions, tertiary actions, running a lot of spacing the floor out, kind of like 4 out, like how Boston plays, but running more pick and rolls. We got to bring the pick and roll back into the fold. We got to run a lot of pick and roll, but we also have to run a lot of actions in the pick and roll. So a lot of Spain, a lot of Iverson cuts, a lot of back cuts, a lot of just space where we got movement to shift the defense because they're already spread out. So now you're shifting the defense side to side, and now you're attacking the rim at angles, right? So Trey thrives off of angles. So you want to create as many space and angle opportunities as possible, for you to be successful. Um, Defense, like I said, you got to disrupt the ball handlers. You got to pressure them. You got to trap them. Whatever you got to do to disrupt their rhythm and their flow. Um, they predicate a lot of their stuff off of one-on-one actions, a lot of off-ball actions to distract you, kind of like eye candy, to get you to lose focus on where the ball actually is going. And so, we got you got to play up on that. You got to be aggressive. You got to bring the force to them. You got to play with force and intent the entire game. Step on their neck from the beginning of the game and press on it to the end. You got to make Mazzulu uh, think. You got to make him question his own decision making. He's never been in this position before. And last game was way too easy. So this game, you want to keep the game close. You want to keep it competitive. You want to keep it close, and put the game, make it a clutch game situation, a 5-point game under 5 minutes to go. You want to see what Boston would do in that situation because they are the favorites, but also because Boston has struggled to maintain leads. They've struggled to close out games, and Mazzulla has struggled with strategic adjustments on the fly. So, you know, he's phenomenal pregame, but during the game, there's some real question marks. So you want to leverage that as much as possible by making the game as competitive and as fervent as possible throughout the game to really put intense pressure on him to make decisions under pressure in the clutch. Um, so Trey, I'm calling on you, Trey. You my dog. You got to come through tonight. I need a 30 piece, but it's just not about like shooting a bunch of shots. It's about the rhythm and the pace and the fluidity in which you play, get other guys involved. I would love to see you start strong and then assist your way throughout the game and then finish strong. So, maybe you come in with a big first quarter and a big fourth quarter, but second and third, you're passing, you're getting other guys open because, you're our best facilitator. So, I really need you to be able to manipulate the defense, move the defense with your eyes, and get guys good shots in their spots. Murray, I don't need hero ball from you. I don't need 25 attempts. I need you to play your game, which is in the mid range, but also I need you to take the ball to the basket more. You can finish pretty well, so I need you to be able to attack the basket and be able to finish through contact. And that way, once you'll be able to finish through contact a couple times, the refs will be more lenient as far as giving you calls. So you got to attack the rim more. And Hunter, DeAndre, you're my other dog, you're my road dog. Okay, you got to come through tonight. This is, why we believed in you. This is why we gave you the contract. You got to show up in a game like this. You know, not just scoring, but defensively. You got to be able to communicate. You got to be able to switch. You got to be able to impact the game in a multitude of ways. Get steals. Dive on the floor for loose balls. Rev up that energy. And bring it all game, the whole game. Don't start off strong and then wane as the game goes along. Play with force and intent the entire game. Play with force and intent to hire. And I said this before game one. If we're going to win this series, or even make it super competitive, Okongwu, Jalen Johnson, and DeAndre Hunter, the whole world got to know who y'all are. Y'all got to be putting on the show. They got to be balling out. You got to be putting a lot of pressure on them. One, to tire them out on defense, but two, also, you guys are our mismatches. Hunter, you're our mismatch because Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown isn't going to be playing a lot of defense because they got to score on the other end. You being our third option, our fourth option, and scoring 15 to 20 points really helps us a lot because that will change their defensive approach and strategy because they're not accounting, just like we weren't accounting for Derek White, they're not accounting for you to go off. So I need you to go off, and like I said, play with force and intent the whole way through. And Quinn, you get, kudos for what you've done thus far, but tonight I need to see some sets. I need to see some strategic adjustments with the lineups. Last game, you played the starters too long. Normally at the 6-minute mark, you go with the bench, but you decide to play the starters until the 3-minute mark. So an 8-point game turned into an 18-point game. You can't make those mistakes. I know it might seem small or insignificant, but they're against a team like Boston, it's too big of a hurdle to overcome. You have to be precise and own your game. You got to make the right substitutions. You got to make the right play call. You got to call the timeouts accordingly. You got to be on your A game against this type of a team. So assist needs to be up. We need to trap the ball, but that trapping the ball really is about the force. Playing with force, playing with intent, playing with aggression on both sides of the ball. So if you do it on defense, then it carries over to the offensive end, and you're going to be just innately more aggressive on offense if you are aggressive and trapping and blitzing and go to a matchup zone, go to go to different defensive sets, different rotations. Maybe you play Onyeka and Capella together for a few minutes. Maybe you play Onyeka, Jalen, Bay, and Hunter. Go to an all defensive lineup, and Murray, all defensive lineup. Just switch it up more, be more unpredictable, be a little bit more creative in our sets, but also our rotations. AJ, I would like to see AJ play more as well. We need his shooting. And Bogdanovich, for the life of God, can you please show up when the game is in the balance and not wait until we're down by 20 to do something? But I feel confident about the game. I feel confident about our headspace, where we are mentally. We just got to show Boston that, to quote another famous Atlantean, the South got something to say. Okay, we got to show up, and we got to put our stamp on this series, and it starts tonight in Boston at 7 o'clock. Let me know what y'all think in the comment section of my keys to the game. Like I said, I feel confident about this game. We lost last game, so just by human nature of our season, we should win tonight. So, but yeah, I feel confident. My boy Ice is gonna come through tonight. And Dre, they're gonna come through tonight. I got a ton of confidence that they're gonna deliver. So, all right, y'all. Peace.